I'm not gonna lie, after learning over 400 card tricks throughout my life, there are very few that I add to my routine, and this is one of them. Hands down, the best no setup oil and water card trick I have ever seen. And now the best part, you're about to see it and lose minds. What? You're about to see it and lose minds. No, what? That's not. You're about to see it and blow minds. Alright, yo, so check this out. For those of you who are curious, today I'm going to be using the Ace Fulton playing cards. The tuck box has seen better days, but the cards themselves, perfectly fine. For the first time ever, we're not going to shuffle up the deck, because all I need are some black cards and some red cards. This trick is known as oil and water, and you'll see why in a second. So I need 1, 2, 3 red cards and 1, 2, 3 black cards. What I'll do is I'll split them up into two piles. We have a black pile and we have a red pile. Then I'm going to mix them together into one pile in alternating order. Now, this is known as oil and water because oil and water never actually mix. So if I snap my fingers, give it a second, we'll see the cards didn't actually mix. They got separated into reds and blacks. Now watch it happen one more time. Again, we have 1, 2, 3 red cards and 1, 2, 3 black cards. We'll do something slightly different this time. I'll take the cards, put them like this, and then we'll take the 1, 2, and 3 red cards and put them right in between, of course the last one being on top. When I square everything up as fair as can possibly be, snap, give it a second, and you'll see that once again, the cards get separated. But how can we be even more fair about this? Check it out. Take a black card, put it in the center, red card, center, black, black, and red. Okay? Everything like this. And just I'm going to flip it over real quick so you can see it's actually black, red, and black. Now, how can we get these to separate? Watch, give it a second, snap, and you'll see once again the cards have been separated into reds and blacks. What up, crew? It is Magic Monday, and this is your place to learn magic, master your performance, and captivate audiences. The effect I'm sharing with you, I originally saw on Tom Matrix's YouTube channel. I'll put the link to it down below. But again, it was hands down the best oil and water card trick I have ever learned. Granted, I only know 3 variations, but this is it. I learned it about 2 months ago and I have not stopped performing. A fairly easy implementation, but fantastic reactions of disbelief. So before we dive into the tutorial, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and get ready to share with all your friends. Now grab your favorite deck, and let's do it. My friends, I am so excited to be sharing this one with you because it is actually phenomenal. As far as difficulty goes, I'd probably rate this high level beginner, low level intermediate, just because of some of the slights that are involved. But again, it should not be too difficult. Even if you're a fresh new beginner, you should be able to learn this within 1 to 2 weeks. Given that you practice daily. That's important. Daily practice. Alright, so first things first, like I mentioned, it's completely impromptu. Take out 3 black cards and 3 red cards. What I try to do with these cards is I make them around like a full-faced card, like a 7, 8, 9, or sometimes a 6 because 6 and 9 can be confusing at times. So I make them 3 black, 3 red, just around these numbers. The more filled with pips it is, the better, right? So 3 black, 3 red. When you're starting off, I take the cards right out of the tuck case and I show them to the spectator. And I tell the spectator this trick is known as oil and water. I take the red cards, put them on top of the black cards, square everything up, and I ask them, or I tell them, that's going to be important in a second, and you'll see why. For this to work, I need 3 red cards and 3 black cards. As I'm saying this, I take one of the red cards in my hand. So I'm holding everything in my non-dominant hand or my left hand. Then I take a card into my dominant hand like this. I turn the cards back, show them to the spectator, and I say I have 1, put the next red card on top of this, 2, the next red card goes under the 9, 3 red cards, right? So what I've really actually done is taken this first red card here and put it below the next 2 red cards, okay? So again, here, 1, 2, and 3. So this red card is behind these 2, like you can see here. Now, and then I say I have 3 black cards. The first black card is gonna go in between this 6 of diamonds, the second red card, and the card you held in the back. So then I say, and 3 black cards. So as I count, this first one is gonna go behind, or sorry, in front of the card here, the 8 of diamonds. And then the others go behind it, like so, 1, 2, and 3, right? And we square everything up. It should look like this. Again, you don't show this to the spectator. To the spectator, you just counted off 3 red cards and 3 black cards, and then you show it, and then you square everything up, right? But I'm showing this to you just so you have an understanding of what it should look like when done correctly. Go through that one more time because I want to make sure I'm teaching this correctly. So the back, put this behind, 1, 2. This card here goes in between the packet of 2 and this card, 3, and these 2 cards go all the way in the back, or 1, 2, and 3, right? Just like this. One last time up to speed. We have 1, 2, 3 red cards and 1, 2, 3 black cards. Then you square everything up. One last time, that's what the order should look like. You don't show that to the spectator. 3 red cards and 3 black cards. Then you take this whole packet, turn it face down, take the top 3 cards, don't deal them out, just count 1, 2, 3, put them down on the table, and say now you have a pile of black cards, which is on the table. Take the top card of this pile, show it to the spectator, it's black. Take this pile of 3 here, and turn it face towards the spectator, and that's red. So that's going to instill in their mind you have a black pile and you have a red pile. Take the black card, put it on the table. Take the top card here, which is actually black, and spectator thinks it's red, put that on the table. And again, you're not flashing any of these cards, just interleaving them into each other, one from each pile at a time. And now, like I said, oil and water, this trick is known as oil and water because oil and water never mix. So then I like to almost like snap the deck like this while snapping my fingers, so like this at the same time. And then I say, give it a second. Then you turn the whole thing over and you show the cards are not actually mixed. That itself right there, very powerful, all right? So then you show, look at that. Oil and water never mix. Take the red cards, put them on top of the black cards again. And you say, we're gonna repeat this one more time, but we'll make it a bit more fair. Maybe we'll make it a bit more difficult. You do something similar to what you did the first time. 1 card separated, show the front and back. We have 1, and you put this in the back behind these 2 again. You have 1, 2, 3 red cards. And now all of the black cards are gonna go between this single red card and these 2 red cards. So one more time. Here we go. Do this again. We have 1, 2, 3 red cards and 1, 2, 3 black cards. Square everything up, turn it face down, and then you're going to take the top 3 cards again, except now you're going to spread them out on the table like this. You want them to be slightly overlapping, not completely separated, but just slightly overlapping. And now you're going to come to this pile and do a double lift. The best way I found to do it is, as I'm laying these cards out, I grab a break underneath or right above the bottom card, break underneath the top 2 cards like this. So I pinch in this corner, causing 1 card to buckle. This is known as buckling, by the way. And then I have my break like so. Then I turn up the top card and I say there's 1 red card, turn it face down, put it between 2 of the black cards, right? Fair as possible. Now next I take the bottom card actually, because I don't want to repeat the same card. I take the bottom card, turn that face up, 8 of diamonds. I don't actually say it out loud, I just say red, put it between the next 2 black cards. And the last card I just flash quickly because this is repeated again. Flash quickly last red card, put it on top, square everything up. You can even have the spectator square everything up. And then again, snap your fingers, give it a second, turn the whole thing face up, and now the cards once again are separated. Pretty mind-blowing. Here's a tip that I have for you that you can go through when you're showing off these cards. One thing you want to make sure of is that as this card goes behind and you count 1, 2, 3, you want to make sure this card is sticking out a decent amount to the right, because it shouldn't seem like this card's getting lost with all the other cards. It should be sticking out a decent amount. And then let's just say that we're doing this first time around, right? I'm just going to push that 1 card right underneath it like this, or right above it like this, and the other 2 are going to go behind, right? So it's I push 1, 2, 3. This way it still looks like it's 3 red and 3 black. That's the main thing you kind of have to get across. You want to make sure it doesn't seem like this card is lost somewhere in the center. Otherwise, it could feel slightly suspicious if that card's there. So make sure to leave that card out, and then as you square everything up, that's the last card to be squared up. This last part of the oil and water trick is what took the most practice for me, but I feel like it's also the most fun to do, because here we have black and we have red cards, and we're gonna intermingle them together. So I say we're gonna make this as fair as can possibly be. We're gonna take 1 red card, we're gonna take 1 black card, and I kind of start slow. I take 1 black card, put it down, 1 red card, put it down, then I speed up, 1 black card, put it down, 1 red card, put it down, 1 black card, put it down, 1 red card, put it down. I just like building that, it's just a lot of fun. But of course you can perform this in any way you'd like. So you square everything up and you say, you know, before anything happens, I'm gonna pinch it like this and turn it face up. So you can see here, the cards are interleaved, right? We have red cards and we have black cards. This is where the magic happens. in, I guess, up jogging or out jogging these cards, you can see we have one black card, we have one red card. The red card is gonna go up and to the side. You wanna make sure it doesn't stay like this. If you probably saw my performance, you'll see that the card, you couldn't actually see it between these two cards. It was pushed off to the side a bit more, so it went a bit to the right of that front card. And what this allows me to do is to take the next card and put it between. So I'm gonna come, next card is gonna go between these two cards like this. And once that card goes between, it should still seem like, if you're doing this fast enough, it should still seem like this card is between these two as you're counting through. And now you do the exact same thing. Push this up here, and now you can see it's not here like this, it's on this side of this card. So the next black card is gonna go underneath that one, right? Next black card goes underneath that one, and being underneath that one, it should ultimately get underneath the front red card as well, right? Like this, and the last one goes up here. One thing you wanna notice, last red card is just gonna go right in the back. One thing you might wanna notice is how these cards are kind of shaped. I have the first black card up, right to the side. The second black card is underneath, right? It's underneath the top corner here. So it's down here. Similarly here, the edge is here. The top of the card is over there. Because if you did it like this, you'll clearly see that this 9 is behind, the red 9 of hearts is behind the 9 of clubs. So you wanna make sure these black cards are all in front, or the front black cards are all on top and moved higher up than the other cards below them, right? Did I even explain that well? Okay, if I didn't, I apologize, just ask questions in the comments. But at this point, what's happened is you separated the reds and the blacks, you square everything up, turn it around, give it a second, snap, and then again, you can show the cards are separated into blacks and reds, and their minds will be destroyed. Again, all the credit for this goes to Tom Matrix for putting together such an amazing effect. You guys should definitely check out his video. It'll be the first one in the description. Now, for more fun packet stuff, click on this video right over here because you'll love it. A huge shout out to all my Patreon producers, and thank you, love you, see you soon.